What does Invictus have to do to get back into this?
Well, I mean, let's be frank. It was a pub stomp by StarHorn World Club, and I do believe that SHRC ended the game with about a 20K gold lead. So what Invictus Gaming has to do, I think their draft phase was a little bit weird. They also really need to pick champions that are strong in lane so they can grab advantages in the early game in lane and then translate those advantages into successful team fights at Dragon. You know, we've said before that StarHorn World Club is a team that plays extremely well when they get ahead, and they seem to tilt when they get behind early. So what Invictus Gaming needs to do if they want to win this next game, or if they want to have a chance at all, is pick really strong lanes and try to force the enemy on tilt. Try to get them to make stupid decisions in the face of, you know, a really confident jungler in Illusion, a solid top laner in Youngsu, an all-star at the mid lane position in Zatai, you know, a god at AD carry at Kid. You know, you have a really strong mechanical players. So use those advantages. So make sure you capitalize on those opportunities. Use those advantages in your favor, and then try to outplay StarHorn World Club where it counts, namely at Dragons and Barons.
Yep, and this time, almost the same bans coming out of Invictus. They ban away the Rengar and the Lee Sin from Insect, but that means Uzi gets to go on Lucian again. He had quite the success last time. 12 kills, 13. I couldn't even keep track of them all. See if he can do it again as IG now getting their picks out. Looks like it's going to be Thresh bot lane.
And see, this is one of the big things about this patch, especially in 4.11 when the Lucian is still really strong. You could effectively ban out all of the quote-unquote OP laners. Besides, the only one I don't see here in the ban lists is Kog'Maw. And so if you ban all those champions out, you could really manipulate the rest of the draft phase. So you see that StarHorn World Club did pick up Lucian, and since Invictus Gaming basically has no real strong picks to look for, they take away from Insect, so they take his Jarvan 4 that completely clobbered the side of Invictus Gaming last time, and they give Youngsu his most comfortable champion, which is of course that Shyvana, the half dragon at the top lane.
But they're neglecting their bot for doing
my goodness.
Things. Oh wow, Corn. Feeling confident, feeling fishy. Goes on Fizz this time. Not even thinking about it.
Oh my god.
And the Thresh gets locked
Zero
in
on
too.
Insect. This isn't good.
Yeah.
So
that you said strong pick ban. I don't know about this one.
Yeah. So Corn's Fizz. Now, it's really a tale of two players, because there are times when Corn goes even in lane, and he usually does. A lot of the times he'll put the chum the waters on the wrong targets. He'll be afraid to initiate. He'll be afraid to make plays. But apparently, and I've only saw a little bit of his Fizz game against OMG. Apparently, his Fizz was very good, and he was looking much more confident on that champion, more so than in past weeks. So I'm excited to see what Corn will bring out, yet we have to understand that there is room for failure on that champion. Additionally, Kola will play that Jax. It is by far and away his best champion. Kola also has, you know, weeks of experience in the Jax versus Shyvana matchup, so he should be relatively comfortable in the top lane. And now it looks like we have to pick our jungler. In terms of, in terms of the meta jungler, the strong meta junglers are left. Evelynn and Elise are the really big ones. If Elise is locked in here, then I suspect that for the mid lane, I actually don't suspect. Oh my goodness.
What Illusion? He does do this from time to time.
Okay,
Fiddlesticks in the pocket if you lock it in. I don't know.
But then Jarvan has already been locked in.
Well, yeah, but they would have to send him mid or something. I mean, I think they're trolling. You're right. I don't think it's serious. But they could do it. Again. Okay, so Rise for Zatai.
Yeah, and this composition is a lot of the same. The Rise, the Kog'Maw, and the Braum are all reminiscent of what Invictus Gaming locked in the last game in. You know, as you and I both know, it didn't do very well. So it looks like Invictus Gaming is going to lock in really nice late game carries, but try to bolster their defenses in the early game by picking up that Shyvana, by picking up the high impact jungler in Jarvan 4, and hope that Youngsu and Illusion can carry them to the point where Zatai and Kid can just go absolutely monstrous on the side of StarHorn World Club. On the other hand, though, SHRC is looking like they're in a really comfortable position. They got the Thresh.
They got everything they wanted except Insect.
Yeah, they got the Jax. They got Corn on Fizz. I mean, and they also got UZI's Lucian. So these are a bunch of comfort picks that we saw do extremely well, not just in last game, but in prior weeks as well. And I think, again, we have to give the edge to StarHorn Road Club. They've been turning in much better performances recently, and despite the fact that Invictus Gaming did come to this tournament with a win over the NEXT tournament that they had just played, and that was the reason why, in case the fans don't know, that the games got switched around.
Fatigue too. I mean,
yeah,
they had
again,
to
it might be
play
fatigue.
this.
Yeah, you're completely right, but you know they are coming off wins, and IG does look strong at times, but this might not be one of those days.
Yeah, so far they definitely haven't had the best picks and bans, and it really cost them in game number 1. We'll see if it does again as we get ready to get loaded up into game number 2, StarHorn Royal Club versus Invictus Gaming. This is the Demacia Cup Round of 16. Whoever wins this goes to face the LSPL team, Energy Pacemaker Carries, and I don't know, they're starting to eliminate teams left and right now, and who's it going to be that moves on for this one? Invictus, game point for them.
Yeah, I mean, let's not make any mistake here. Whoever wins this game should be a heavy favorite against the Energy Pacemaker Carries team that we saw play just 3 hours ago, 3 or so hours ago. Now,
Man, that was a long time.
It was a long time. And honestly, I do, like I said before, I really have to give this matchup to the side of StarHorn Road Club. Invictus Gaming cannot go for a lane swap, even despite the fact that they went for a lane swap against the same lane in the last game. That lane swap did too many things to Invictus Gaming to really merit giving Kid all of that solo lane farm. For the most, and namely, Kitty's roams on Braum weren't very good. There wasn't, the ward control wasn't crisp. The team fighting wasn't excellent at all, and Kid was basically a non-factor for the first 10 to 20 minutes of the game. So I really think that despite Kid and Kitty's apparent hesitation to lane against a really strong laning bottom lane duo lane in UZI and Zero, they have to take that risk because they don't want to let what happened last time happen again.
No, they can't afford it, and that whether that was out of a respect for their opponent bot lane, whether it was a strategy that they were trying something to sneak it out, they clearly didn't want to take the 2v2, and it bit them completely. I mean, 4 kills were given over to UZI within a matter of minutes. And that was all just on a pretty big capitalization. They gave up the dragon pressure by going top. Everything backfired on Invictus, and it just went completely downhill from there. This time, should see a lot more standard play coming out of Invictus Gaming.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, again, what IG does in their early game is so important because once you give StarHorn Road Club, once the crack starts to show, there's really no turning back because StarHorn Road Club will jump on you. They have a Korean support and a Korean jungler. Those are the 2 positions that are the most important in getting, in converting advantages into into capitalization of opportunities. Insect's been looking much better, especially on Jarvan 4. I mean, J4 has been like a go-to pick for Insect, which is interesting because I don't remember Insect playing a lot of J4 back in the day, back in his heyday, while playing the OGN with the KT Roaster Bullets. But his Jarvan 4 has been very good, and
I think it's more of a meta pick for him.
Yeah. And if anything, Pyro, I don't know if it was banned, but I'm disappointed that we're not seeing Corn play Orianna again because I think Corn's Orianna has been vastly superior and incredibly more consistent than what Corn has shown on his Fizz, on the title Trickster.
Clearly feeling confident. Whoa, UZI feeling confident himself as he face checks a bush where Kitty's is hiding. And now we see Cola doing the same thing with Yangsu, but even at level 1, Jack's able to put out the hurt. Insect also finding Zatai everywhere. The 1v1s are happening. Except Insect's got to run away from this one. Zatai looking for himself a spider. Not going to be able to find enough to kill him on the level 1, but everything else starts out nice and normal. However, everyone had to back just to begin with. Yangsu hitting that blue pill really quick.
Yeah, it looks like we are going to have the standard starts. Did SHRC sweep out a ward? No, they didn't. So how did they have...
IG the standard starts. Kid is hanging on that side of the jungle right now.
Oh, you're right.
They might go for it again. They might go for the lane swap. You see Kitty's making his way up there too. And this could actually be a delayed invade from Invictus.
Yeah, it definitely might be.
Oh, here they go. Sneaky, sneaky. Don't give anything away. Should be able to steal this blue buff relatively easy. They have no idea this is happening. But then again, doesn't really matter. Reverse steal comes in. Insect says, all right, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can take me this. Ooh, it's there? Sure.
Cola might get a lot of experience right now.
Yeah, if they don't detect him out. See if Kid goes for checking in on him for just a minute. Kid and Kitties.
Oh,
going with
so Kid and Kitties are actually pushing the lane. This is really interesting. Okay, this is...
Yeah,
okay,
Cola's
that's
going to
a
have
really
to back off.
Yeah, that was a really funny decision. They might... Okay, nice counter-strike to get out of that. But I wouldn't know why Kid and Kitties would push the lane. It looks like in response...
There's a 4v1 going on. Oh, maybe not. They're just clearing out white. I thought they might be going for the dive-in.
No, they're not.
Well, they might now.
Additionally... Oh, so this is a really old school strat. Okay, no, it doesn't look like they're going to go for the 4v0.
They had the
they're going to go
option,
to the
but
red
yeah,
buff. Yeah, they had the
gotta stay
option.
away from it.
And I think they just basically showed themselves in order to...
Scare off Cola.
Convince Cola to leave that turret. If Cola, it looks like Cola's going to double jungle now. There's no real reason for him to go to the top lane in the first place. What he should have done is he should have suspected the 2v1 was coming, especially given the fact that they had 2v1 in the last game, and then gone with Insect to do the buffs. And alternatively, if he was far away, he could have teleported to the top lane or just walked up by himself. You know, this is a really interesting matchup because, you know, I've heard different things about the degree, like the severity of how hard this matchup is in the mid lane, but Ryze is a good, strong pick against a Fizz, namely because of Ryze's cooldowns are extremely short, and so should Corn playful / trickster out of anything, Zitai can just wait it out and cast another ability.
But this is the exact same thing that happened last time. They gave up so much of this map control, and the Dragon easily taken at 4 minutes by StarHorn. Also, solo experience for Uzi. This is everything StarHorn wants.
Yeah, and Kid not even getting solo experience because Kitties is hanging out with him in lane. You know, we've mentioned before, again and again and again, frankly, that Kitties, all he does, you know, he sticks to lane way too much. He needs to learn how to leave his lane partner, but that's just something he doesn't do. And when he does decide to leave the lane and go for trips and try to make ganks towards other sides of the map, he always, you know, seems to fail for random reasons. So Zero is obviously much better at controlling the map. You know, a really nice early dragon, so it's already a 600 gold lead for absolutely nothing, basically.
Yeah, they didn't have to give up anything for it.
Yeah, you're right. And StarHorn World Club really looking strong in the early game.
Yep, they will be able to complete that round of jungle creeps, as well as secure themselves a dragon and get solo experience for Uzi. Everything they wanted wrapped up in a nice little package with bow on top, and they have a slight gold lead to show for it all. Invictus Gaming playing a very passive opening game.
Anyways, so yeah, it looks like, surprisingly enough, Corn's actually going to be able to be relatively even in CS after this wave comes in. He's going to be 5 or 6 CS down. And obviously, I think Zitai does want to press his advantages as much as he can. The problem, of course, is that we all know how good Zero is as creating opportunities in other lanes. And given the fact that the bottom lane turret just went down in favor of StarHorn Road Club, UZI and Zero now have free reign to roam wherever they want to, and Zitai has to constantly play on the defensive in this matchup.
Interesting, both junglers are going the tanky route too. I think this is a little more common meta for Elise, but for Jarvan, don't we usually see the Lizard Elder?
We do usually see the Lizard Elder. I mean, there are differences. Quill Code is also a really strong item. The thing is about Quill Code is that it scales really well. So I think this is IG showing that they're not worried about the early game as much as, oh, nice dodge.
Yep, Insect just getting away from the cocoon, not going to be eaten for lunch by that spider. Corn showing as well. Okay, with the nice escapes.
Yeah, but as I was saying before, Quill Code is an item that kind of indicates that you're going for late game pressure as opposed to what you can do in the early game, and that might be a problem because, you know, we've repeatedly said, you and I have both repeatedly said that StarHorn Road Club is a team that can, you know, just burst open doors. Yeah, they make plays early, right?
This seems so contrary to their style. I don't know why they're doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they made plays early, and then now you're going to have illusion play. You're going to have illusion by late game items. It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I don't really get it either, but now they're maybe turning on the pressure. Cola getting chased out with the Rune Prison from Zatai. Illusion coming around as well, but they don't have the damage to do anything. All the cords here, teleport in from Yangsu, and this is going to be the start of something, or maybe it's just a proxy farm fest as they just force everyone from StarHorn to back away, trying to take themselves their first tower. That was a lot burned for a lot of nothing.
Yeah, and I don't know why I do not understand why the members of IG are not taking that at the turret right now. It might actually be really low, and they're letting the minions finish off the work.
Blue buff, more important.
Right, in that case, blue buff is a pretty good trade. They do want to get onto Zatai, though, in order to help him survive and sustain through that lane. And Illusion is actually going to not... Yeah, they're not going to get the timer.
Oh, it's not down yet, yeah.
Yeah, so
the one
again,
little lizard.
Yeah, again, this is all signs are pointing to IG wanting to succeed in the late game, which I don't think is the correct choice. You know, if you're giving StarHorn Road Club free time to ramp up, you're really just misplaying this matchup. And additionally, you know, IG doesn't even care that their blue buff got stolen because they're going to steal their opponent's red. Additionally, they're going to get the timer on their opponent's red, which means that they'll be able to contest another blue buff when it comes back up. Just really heads-up play coming out from the side of StarHorn Road Club. They clearly want to make plays, and I think that's the right way that's the right approach to the game in this meta, and both for this meta and for this team composition as well. Really well played by SHRC.
Anything you can do, we can do better. That's the motto of StarHorn right now, as they are completely content to push forward into the late game. Have a nice gold lead in their pockets, Dragon coming up in about 2 minutes. And they're really just running this bot side of the map as perfectly. It's become a game of management. This is Management Simulator right now. Where's Corporate Mundo when you need him?
And I mean, you look, you know, IG's doing, StarHorn Road Club's doing the right thing. You know, UZI pushes the waves extremely aggressively, and they go around, take jungle camps, while Kid remains in the top lane. I mean, eventually, and that turret is still up. I don't know if that's going to fall by the time. No, it looks like it isn't. And UZI is going to collect the waves in the top lane. He's going to push all the waves. So this Dragon is coming up in 2 minutes, and StarHorn Road Club is in perfect position right now to contest it. What UZI can do is he can clear the wave, push it into the opponent's turret, and then recall and go towards the Dragon. And I think Kid was going to decide to remain in the top lane and try to take the turret finally take that turret for himself, even though they've left it up for so long. I don't know why they would leave it up, because they really need to contest this Dragon, but...
Yeah, they make the mistake, and Kid makes the mistake of getting caught by Zero. UZI in tower range, however, gets the calling out, forcing the back away from Kid and Kiddies, who just take turns taking shots. Oh,
yeah,
here's Insec. Hello.
Ooh.
Reveals himself a little too soon.
Got spotted out by a ward though, and once again I was watching Twitch chat, so I was a little bit behind. But I promise it will not happen again. But I do think what I said still rings true.
Soldier excuse. I was watching Twitch chat.
You know, honestly, we got funny people on our Twitch chat.
Raise your kappas, guys.
I'd rather have them raise their keepos if they don't mind, or Kriegasm. Okay. But then, no, see, this is another free objective, and Invictus Gaming hasn't even taken that top lane turret. So what this basically means is that StarHorn Road Club's just all of the members are recalling right now.
Well, this might be a chance for them to get back into it with the Dragon, but they're not feeling confident enough to even take it. And you've got Kola around the side, so he could potentially answer back with either steal or some damage. So IG is not being very smart about when they choose to take the objectives and what decisions they choose to make. They're going to get this, but still, that's kind of a poor answer for losing 2 towers and not answering back.
And they're going to lose the mid lane turret as well, because the members of Invictus Gaming haven't spent their gold yet, and you can see that they're on a lot of really poor items right now. While UZI had just spent the gold he got on the turrets, and now he's going to go towards the mid lane. And any fight that Invictus Gaming even wants to contest, if they even want to contest this next turret, then they're going to die instantly. So StarHorn Road Club still has full control of this game. You know, while it might only be a 1K gold lead, you know, I think they're still sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, they've cut it in half, or they cut it a little bit with the Dragon, so that helped.
I do want to say that StarHorn Road Club, you know, the dual lane from SHRC should have recalled much more quickly to get to that Dragon. I think it was a huge misplay for them to even give IG a chance in this game and give them that free Dragon. So, you know, small mistakes coming out here and there, but it looks like we're gonna have to wait another 5 or 6 minutes before we see that grand monumental fight that we usually see around objectives in the Chinese metagame.
Yeah, StarHorn actually controlling the pace very well in this game, and IG, they're actually keeping well paced, but this turret is going to fall down too. This is the last outer one, although they might give up a bit more. Kitties gets caught up on a line, and they force StarHorn to back away without a minion wave. But they're going to be fine to play this 4-1 game for a long time. They're not giving up anything by doing it. Dragon's not available to contest, and they keep the pressure on. And that's really all they need to keep doing.
Yeah, and again, you know, we talked about individual player matchups in this before the game started, and I do want to point out that Korn hasn't been doing much. You know, for this composition to work, for this kind of pick composition to work, Korn has to be really ballsy in the next 20 minutes. I mean, he needs to get his team ahead by getting himself ahead. Korn should be asking for all of the kills right now, but it looks like he's playing passive. All he's doing is just using his playful slash tricks.
He has all zero.
Well, oh, right. But, this might be a play right here.
Here's going to be the start of something.
Oh,
Zero. Oh, the calling. Teleport coming in from Yongsu. Kitty's blocking the damage up, but he will fall to first blood. That's going to be Illusion with the Cataclysm. Yongsu coming around the side. But it is going to be Insec who manages to take a kill onto Kitty's. Korn falling down 1-for-1 trade. But still, they made StarHorn Royal Club made the statement they wanted to, and Illusion might get caught up by Insec here. That's not a safe place to back, and he has to flag and drag out of the way.
Yeah, but it looks like SHRC might grab the mid lane turret. If they do grab the mid lane
more
turret,
than that. There's Kid. He's caught up by Cola. That's not a good place to be. This Jax is scary. Flashing forward away from that, and Zero's in the picture as well. Kid going down. Cola getting himself a kill. He might fall down to it. Oh, leap strike away. Nicely saved.
Really nicely well done. He was able to flash out of one of the living artillery shots, and basically effectively, give himself a little bit. Give Zero a little bit of time to go to that to the top lane and put the shield on him, and flay Kid away. So, really nice game. I mean, and that's the problem, right? Because the reason why Kid went to the top lane in the first place was so he could get fed. He already has the Phage, he already has the Sheen, he should be a lane bully right now, he should be looking very strong. Yet he just died in a 1v1 to Cola, and now you're just getting the enemy Jax really, really fed in a critical moment of the game. So, Invictus Gaming, their early game strategies aren't working out for me. They're giving up so many advantages when they can be taking this game by the legs and just dragging the members of SHRC. Their composition has all of the tools they need, and okay, I was about to ask if UZI was going to really walk over that.
Yeah, well, sometimes you're focused on the objective at hand and you miss it too. I've seen junglers do that all the time. They'll just walk straight over a pink ward.
IG finally takes this turret.
Yeah,
Jesus, they're still trying to preserve it.
They waited even longer. Guys, you don't need to stall out anymore. You've lost all your outer turrets. Please,
just take the
please
turret.
take the turret. Please. No, they're not going to take it. Souldra, just taunting us now. Okay, there it goes. Looking for a little bit more. Insect going to feel the Winter's Bite, but he repels away, staying safe. Or back into the fight. Oh, Illusion. Just outside Cocoon range.
Zero's coming up. Zero has flashes.
Blood in the
Zero
water
has flashes
right now.
well. He can make a play.
He can make a play. Kitty's seeing it. That was perfect, but the flash play still comes in. Kitty's is low. That's going to be the big Braum ulti. Is it going to be enough to disengage anything? I don't think so. Kitty's falling down. Kid getting hooked in. Zero's low. Staying alive. That's going to be a kill for Cola once again onto Kid. Illusion comes in for the Cataclysm. Cola jumps out. Zatai having to run away, and Illusion might be dead here, and here he is. That's Korn getting himself another kill. 3-4-0 on that trade. StarHorn feeling pretty happy.
Really, really strong statement. And are they going to think about the Baron 15 minutes into the game? It's certainly a possibility, but it looks like they're not going to.
They're not that cocky.
Yeah, additionally, Cola teleports just in time to catch a huge minion wave at the bottom lane. So again, really well played. The lane management, the minion wave management of StarHorn World Club is really crisp. Additionally, now UZI is fed. Now Korn is relatively fed. Even though Korn actually misplayed that fight really, really badly, but he was still, unfortunately for StarHorn World Club, they had a numbers advantage. Zero made a beautiful play. He flashed, flayed, activated the box, slowed the entirety of Invictus Gaming from making their retreat. Then they were able to grab 3 free kills. So again, Invictus Gaming, their early game strategy is really just not working out. They could be so much more aggressive and they could be so much more assertive and decisive in the early game, but it just looks like they're deciding not to be. They just want to get Kid fed, which I think is a really selfish way to play as an AD carry, especially in this meta. So
yeah, they don't seem to be playing true to the style that really helps them out. But you know, again, blame whatever you wanted to. They just have not been all there, and StarHorn taking full advantage of this in this game and last game. Dragon is now available. This looks like we have a fight on our hands though. Uzi showing face just to say, hey, you guys can't even start this one. Insect clears a ward in the pit, and IG looks to try and respond, but they're getting zoned out. They might have to give this one up.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
and then...
Oh, if Zero had landed that hook, that would be an easy kill for StarHorn, but they live to fight another day, and game of chicken kind of commences. Youngsu finds Insect in a bush. Keep clearing out wards, and Insect going forward. They've separated to tie, but Illusion is also there. He gets hooked on a line. There's the culling. Not enough damage to finish the job just yet, but they do scare them away.
Korn just uses Chum the Water's ultimate too, and that hit Illusion actually on Jarvan Force.
Oh, Illusion! He's gonna go down. Cola taking the kill credit on that one. Zero falling right after him, and that is going to be a 1-for-1, 2-for-1 now. Youngsu's down. Korn, he's trying to go on to Kid. Kid flashing over the wall, but he's not going to stay alive through all that one. They managed to get themselves 4 kills. Zatai barely staying alive. Tower no longer there to defend him. And that was a big statement by StarHorn Royal Club, as they only lost 0. They can turn straight back for Dragon, no problem.
Yeah, so that's going to be 4 kills, a nearly perfect ace, and a Dragon. Well, the members, StarHorn Royal Club did lose 0 there, but 0 actually made a really nice play. You know, I thought that Invictus Gaming could take advantage of that fight just because Korn had used his Chum the Waters early and only landed it on Illusion, but it looks like, again, 0 putting in work. Uzi was able to kite out Youngsu extremely well. Insect was able to land 1 stun, and then Cola just went in there, leap striked in, landed a counter strike on I think 3 people and stunned up 3 people, and that was all she wrote from there.
Yeah, coming up big, and speaking of big, 4-0 Jax, that's not something to mess with right now, as he's just going to get scarier and scarier as the game goes by. Gold deficit that IG have dug themselves into starting to get pretty deep here, and I don't know why they have just not opted to play the safe route. Every decision they've made this game has been just as questionable as the last games.
Yeah, and honestly, like, you know, for the decision they made, I think the micro level decision making hasn't been bad. Like the way they've controlled waves, the way they've, you know, CS, the way they've interacted with enemy champions, I don't think that's been bad at all. In fact, I think members of StarHorn Royal Club, particularly Korn, have been playing worse than a bunch of members on IG. It's just that early game lane swap and the decision not to take the turret early and rotate to the bottom lane is really puzzling, because this is a game that's all about getting the Dragon objective and the Baron objective, and if you're freezing the top lane turret and giving up 2, 3, 4 objectives in return, it's really not worth it, no matter how much CS Kid has. Additionally, UZI is beating Kid by over 60 CS, so it doesn't really matter in the end.
And he's got insane kill participation. 8 out of 9 kills he's been involved in.
Essentially 9.
Yeah, I think the one he wasn't was like the 1v1 Cola on Kid.
Yeah, it was 1v1 Cola. You're exactly right.
Yeah, at this point, StarHorn can pretty much do whatever they want on the map because it has to be answered. And Illusion, he's out of position as well. Insect coming around the side, Uzi and Zero joining the party for this mid side. They catch Kitty's on the line. Will they follow up onto it? No, they're going to back away, but still playing the safe game, get the tower down to half HP. And again, they just keep chipping away at IG, and it's working every little by little bit.
Additionally, the 4-0, oh, we might see a fight right here.
Oh, they want to take it. Illusion, there's a teleport from
nice
Youngsu Cataclysm. Stay right there, don't go anywhere. There's the Braum ulti. Illusion going down. Korn. Zatai picks him up around the side. Insect bailing out into the pit, but it's not going to be enough. Zatai flashing forward. Zero. That is a kill for Kid, however. This fight is just turned on its head. Uzi turning around for Kid. Cola, he's getting the counter-strike off. That's another kill over for the AD carry of StarHorn Royal Club, and he's going to dodge out almost the Acathian surprise. Whoa, 3 for 3, dude. Zatai, what'd you do? Finds Cola. That's a lot of burst damage, but he's out. Nothing left in the tank. Cola turns on the heat right now, chasing forward with Illusion or with Uzi. I had the wrong one. Zatai is going down. Oh my goodness, Uzi! That was a close call, but he gets the kill anyways.
Uzi gets the double buffs as well. It seems like whenever we've seen Zatai like make an important play, he's always had double buffs. Really well played. I guess the story of that fight was that the sorry. was that even though Illusion did manage to catch 3 people in his Cataclysm, he caught Zero, he caught Insect, and he got Korn. And the problem is that when UZI was 3-0-6 or like 2-0-6 with an Infinity Edge and Static Shiv, I mean, if you don't put your attention onto UZI, then the fight is just over from there. And really, after UZI got a step, after he got that first step away from Youngsu, and Youngsu wasn't able to convert that burst damage onto UZI's Lucian, the fight was essentially over, especially with Cola teleporting late onto Jax. You know, we've always said, and we've said it multiple times, that Jax was Cola's best champion. He's really showing it right here. He's 4-0-5. Dude is a split-pushing monster. He can do anything he wants to right now. He can kill champions with impunity. He can split push. He can roam around the map, and he is really, really strong.
Yep, and 5-0-7 now on Lucian, 4-0-5 on Jax. The hyper carries, well, Lucian's basically a hyper carry at this point.
And this is interesting. Look at the top lane. Korn is actually splitting.
Zatai gets his backstop by 0. He might
Yeah,
actually look for
that's
the
actually
engage
really
here. He's
important.
low. Oh,
my
Cola.
goodness.
Wow, Youngsu coming
God.
around the side, even in the odds. That was a pick they may not wanted to take, but they still managed to get one out of it. Cola. That's Kid being turned on
Kid's
around by
gonna
Insect.
die.
Where did he come from? That's another pickup, and they get 2 for 1. Cola staying alive, finally falling down. That's going to be Youngsu, it looks like, picking him up, but it's
look at
actually
the carries
Kid.
though.
Oh, man, they're still going for it. They want to find Insect around the side, but the split push continues up top, unabated by Korn. That is Insect
middle
trying to
lane,
dodge
too.
out.
Look at
There's
the
the
middle lane.
dodge out. This is crazy. What's going on in the middle? I can't believe it.
my
While they were
goodness.
so busy with this one,
Inhibitor
Uzi says, I'm going to take myself an inhibitor and a turret to boot. Yeah, that is not what you want to be doing, chasing kills when your inhibitor's on the line.
Wow, that UZI takes a free inhibitor, and they're gonna get another. They might get another inhibitor turret as well.
Yeah, and they might find Illusion. They force everyone away from this one, although Uzi finally bites off more than he can chew. Nearly gets Illusion for it, though. He is
Red
so
Buster?
big this game. That was his first death.
Yeah. Okay. Really, just the split pushing Fizz is something we don't really see anymore. A lot of people, what teams like to do with
Lucian,
Fizz
though.
is they like to ward. They would like to ward well. I don't know why Youngsu is here. Nice death sentence. I don't know if that's going to do anything. He's
No,
gonna
he played
he's
the
trying to
wrong
play out of
way.
the Dragon's
He
Descent,
assumed it was
but-
going one way, went the other.
Right, and the thing is, so the split pushing Fizz I see reminds me most of Fizz being played in the GPL. Namely, the AP carry for AQ Esports Morning. He plays Fizz really well. He's been playing Fizz even when Fizz was not a non-meta champion.
Doesn't Morning play for TPA?
Oh, sorry, not Morning. It's sorry, I'm gonna look this up really quickly.
Grab your Ligapedia.
Yeah, honestly, sorry guys. I should really know this, and I call myself an analyst, kappa. But no, again, the split pushing Fizz is something we reminiscent of what we see from Westdoor. Sorry, Westdoor, the mid laner of Aki Esports. What they will do is they will grab either. Yeah, they will. What they will do is oh my goodness.
Yep, he's gone.
Goodbye.
You might as well just keep talking about your point, because
anyways, yeah. So to continue the history lesson, the League of Legends history lesson. So what Aki would do was they would grab Fizz for the mid lane and get him fed, and then grab a champion like either Jax or Zed in the top lane and have a 3-1-3 split push. And just because of how deadly the individual split push is from would be from every single aspect member of the team, just enemy teams wouldn't know how to deal, and that looks like the same thing right now, except right now UZI is that split pusher while Cola is demanding the attentions of
Chum the Waters comes up big. That is going to be Zatai going down. Youngster tries to drag his set, gets flayed backwards. Down boy. Illusion, he's going down. That's Uzi coming up big. He's going more for more and more and more. Can he get it? He goes forward. He gets everyone. Kid going low. Uzi burning the flash. That's a quadra, I think. He's still going for it. Can he pick up the last kill? They're going to give it to him. The pentakill for Uzi. That's going to be GG. And that's going to be StarHorn Royal Club moving on to the next round of the Demacia Cup. Big time, big style, 12-1. I didn't think he could do better than last game.
This dude is a star. UZI is back. We've had doubts about him all the time, but that's a pentakill. What an exclamation point on this game. Very well played by UZI. GG. Good game, StarHorn Royal Club.
Yeah, well played on that one. And they gave him the penta. They just said, we don't even have to take out Kid.
Yeah.
That was huge.
It looked like Korn was going to go, but then he actually juked back. What a game. Oh my goodness, the penta.
They made it look easy, man. StarHorn That was a massive performance. They definitely deserved that win. Invictus Gaming, definitely on the downturn, could not get any rhythm going either of those games, and they fall out as a result of the Demacia Cup. So our first round of 8 match is now set. We will, of course, have StarHorn World Club taking on Energy Pacemaker Carry. Now, that's going to be quite a while from now, but still.
Right, and with the way that StarHorn World Club is looking right now, honestly, and we see, you know, I'm watching the stream right now, and it looks like Yuziao is sitting on his little lawn chair right there, but you know, the SHRC, they're a bunch of kings right now, and I don't think Energy Pacemaker can, honestly, I don't think Energy Pacemaker can touch them. Really, Yuziao was, he did really well. And I think, you know, Yuziao was being aggressive that fight, but his team really kited for him well. I think in particular, Insect, Cola, and Zero, not Corn, sorry. I don't think Corn played very well this game, but Insect, Cola, and Zero all kited for him. They either demanded attention in other aspects of the game, or they... why do we see...
I have no idea. I think we're done for tonight. That's about the time. I'm getting a little bit delirious. I don't know about you, Souldra, but guys, thank you for watching the Demacia Cup. It's been a good time.
Yeah, honestly, and the last point I would like to make is that you know, really the development of SHRC as a team, the way they kite for UZI, the way they're able to get aggressive onto the enemy backline, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is looking like the 3rd place team in StarHorn in China right now, and they absolutely deserve all the praise they've been getting in recent weeks. And thank you very much for tuning in. And Devin, thanks for dealing with me.
Likewise, guys. Thanks for watching. Of course, check back for LPL and all the other goodness. But we're gonna have to sign off. Don't be too confused. It's Champ Select for an old game. Talk to you later, guys. GG and good night. If they don't think it's serious,
okay, so Rise again.
Okay, so Rise for Zatai.
Yeah, and this composition is a lot of the same. The Rise, the Kog'Maw, and the Braum are all reminiscent of what Invictus Gaming locked in the last game in. You know, as you and I both know, that didn't do very well. So it looks like Invictus Gaming is going to lock in really nice late game carries, but try to bolster their defenses in the early game by picking up that Shyvana, by picking up the high impact jungler in Jarvan 4, and hope that Youngsoon and Illusion can carry them to the point where Zatai and Kid can just go absolutely monstrous on the side of StarHorn World Club. On the other hand, though, SHRC is looking like they're in a really comfortable position. They got the Thresh.
They got everything they wanted except Insect.
Yeah, they got the Jax. They got Corn on Fizz, I mean, and they also got the UZI's Lucian. So these are a bunch of comfort picks that we saw do extremely well, not just in last game, but in prior weeks as well. And I think, again, we have to give the edge to StarHorn World Club. They've been turning in much better performances recently, and despite the fact that Invictus Gaming did come to this tournament with a win over the NEXT tournament that they had just played, and that was the reason why, in case the fans don't know, that the games got switched around.
Fatigue too. I mean,
yeah,
they had
again,
to
it might be
play
fatigue.
this.
Yeah, you're completely right. But you know, they are coming off wins, and IG does look strong at times. But this might not be one of those days.
Yeah, so far they definitely haven't had the best picks and bans, and it really cost them in game number 1. We'll see if it does again as we get ready to get loaded up into game number 2, StarHorn World Club versus Invictus Gaming. This is the Demacia Cup Round of 16. Whoever wins this goes to face the LSPL team, Energy Pacemaker Carries. And I don't know, they're starting to eliminate teams left and right now, and who's it going to be that moves on for this one? Invictus, game point for them.
Yeah, I mean, let's not make any mistake here. Whoever wins this game should be a heavy favorite against the Energy Pacemaker Carries team that we saw play just 3 or so hours ago. Now,
man, that was a long time.
It was a long time. And honestly, I do, like I said before, I really have to give this matchup to the side of StarHorn Road Club. Invictus Gaming cannot go for a lane swap, even despite the fact that, you know, they went for a lane swap against the same lane in the last game. That lane swap did too many things to Invictus Gaming to really merit giving Kid all of that solo lane farm. For the most, and namely, Kiddy's roams on Braum weren't very good. There wasn't, you know, the ward control wasn't.
What does Invictus have to do to get back into this?
Well, I mean, let's be frank. It was a pub stomp by StarHorn Road Club, and I do believe that SHRC ended the game with about a 20K gold lead. So Invictus Gaming has to do. I think their draft phase was a little bit weird. They also really need to pick champions that are strong in lane so they can grab advantages in the early game in lane and then translate those advantages into successful team fights at Dragon. You know, we've said before that StarHorn Royal Club is a team that plays extremely well when they get ahead, and they seem to tilt when they get behind early. So Invictus Gaming needs to do, if they want to win this next game, or if they want to have a chance at all, is pick really strong lanes and try to force the enemy on tilt. Try to get them to make stupid decisions in the face of, you know, a really confident jungler in Illusion, a solid top laner in Youngsu, an all-star at the mid lane position in Zatai, you know, a god at AD carry at Kid. You know, you have a really strong mechanical players. So use those advantages. So make sure you capitalize on those opportunities. Use those advantages in your favor, and then try to outplay StarHorn Royal Club where it counts, namely at Dragons and Barons.
Yep, and this time, almost the same bans coming out of Invictus. They ban away the Rengar and the Lee Sin from Insect, but that means Uzi gets to go on Lucian again. He had quite the success last time. 12 kills, 13. I couldn't even keep track of them all. See if he can do it again as IG now getting their picks out. Looks like it's going to be Thresh bot lane.
And see, this is one of the big things about this patch, especially in 4.11 when the Lucian is still really strong. You could effectively ban out all of the quote-unquote OP laners. Besides, the only one I don't see here in the ban lists is Kog'Maw. And so if you ban all those champions out, you could really manipulate the rest of the draft phase. So you see that StarHorn Royal Club did pick up Lucian, and since Invictus Gaming basically has no real strong picks to look for, they take away from Insect, so they take his Jarvan 4 that completely clobbered the side of Invictus Gaming last time, and they give Youngsu his most comfortable champion, which is of course that Shyvana, the half dragon of the top lane.
But they're neglecting their bot for doing
my goodness.
Things. Oh wow, Corn. Feeling confident, feeling fishy. Goes on Fizz this time. Not even thinking about it.
Oh my god.
And the Thresh gets locked
0 on
in too.
Insect. This isn't good.
Yeah.
So
that you said strong pick ban. I don't know about this one.
Yeah. So Corn's Fizz. Now, it's really a tale of two players, because there are times when Corn goes even in lane, and he usually does. A lot of the times he'll put the chum the waters on the wrong targets. He'll be afraid to initiate. He'll be afraid to make plays. But apparently, and I've only saw a little bit of his Fizz game against OMG. Apparently, his Fizz was very good, and he was looking much more confident on that champion, more so than in past weeks. So I'm excited to see what Corn will bring out, yet we have to understand that there is room for failure on that champion. Additionally, Kola will play that Jax. It is by far and away his best champion. Kola also has, you know, weeks of experience in the Jax versus Shyvana matchup, so he should be relatively comfortable in the top lane. And now it looks like we have to pick our jungler. In terms of, in terms of the meta jungler, the strong meta junglers are left. Evelynn and Elise are the really big ones. If Elise is locked in here, then I suspect that for the mid lane, I actually don't suspect. Oh my goodness.
What Illusion? He does do this from time to time.
Okay,
Fiddlesticks
wait, no, but
in the pocket if you lock it in. I don't know.
But then Jarvan has already been locked in.
Well, yeah, but they would have to send him mid or something. I mean, I think they're trolling. You're right.